Okay, once again, we have the another blog entry continuing with the myths of ghost hunting, the things that paranormal investigators are doing, which is really screwed up. This time I'm going to be talking about EMF meters, electromagnetic field detection meters, and why they're worthless. There are several reasons that these things don't do what ghost hunters think they're doing. The first thing is you have to understand that an instrument has to have a certain degree of accuracy. For example, in a lot of your scientific testing, they allow up to 5%. If you really get down and you look at the specs on all these meters that a lot of people are using, everything from the Sperry digital meters to the K2, the K3, the cell sensor, which is really a big piece of crap. All these things, some of them, like the K2, has only a 2% degree of accuracy. That means there's a 98% chance it's going to screw up. But people think, something paranormal is going on. The other thing is, stuff other than paranormal activity will set them off, of course. Most commonly, electromagnetic radiation. That could be anything from a CB signal. It could be electrical voltage in the wall. There's all kinds of things that can trigger these instruments to go off. And that leads to problem number 2, which is it's measuring a worthless component. When you're measuring an electromagnetic field or an electromagnetic wave, you want to pay attention to 2 things predominantly. First is the frequency of that particular phenomenon, and the second is the waveform. You got those 2 things, it's almost like a fingerprint. And you can ascertain whether that's a normal thing or what. You can look at it and go, oh, okay, that's a subharmonic coming from that power line over there that's registering at 18 hertz. But if you do not have these 2 things, you have absolutely no idea what just set your instrument off. It could be anything. You do not have the ability to rule out normal causes, and that's why they suck. So the only way to correct it, I mean, if you really want to go on this electromagnetic thing, you'd have to get instrumentation that's capable of doing that, but that's going to cost you a lot of money. Spectrum analyzer would probably be the best thing, and you'd have to couple that probably with a database of some sort, where you have a record of what these, the waveforms and frequencies are, and what they come from. Then you can compare and see if it's in your database. But it's really not. I mean, these things. I can remember back in the late 80s when we really thought that a lot of this was going on, and we checked a lot of different hypotheses under it. And a lot of them just fall apart. Once you understand how that instrument works, then you understand why it's not going to be doing what you think it's doing. So, yeah, gotta pick that up a little bit if you want to do electromagnetic field surveys, and a little bit more is required. But it's part of the hobby, and it's promoted a lot by the television shows, and it's gotten into popular culture to such a degree that a lot of people think these things can actually detect paranormal activity, and they can't. So, hate to break it to you if you're one of the people that use them and think it does something, but you need to research your instrument and need to learn a little bit more about electromagnetism. So that is it for this one. Next week we'll be back with something else. So, later.